Hi, I'm Dr. John Demartini. In all probability, you have had moments in your life where you have had a plateau. You've been wanting to go to the next level in your life, but you seem to hit a wall. Some people call it the glass ceiling. If you're in a situation where you've lost your focus and you've lost your drive and momentum and somehow didn't go up to that next level, you might want to look at these things in your life and see if they're active. If you're not prioritizing your life and sticking to the very highest priorities, which activates the executive center, where you are clear on your vision, more strategic on your plans, more incentivized automatically, intrinsically to take action, and more self-governed, you probably won't build momentum and get past the obstacle that you're perceiving in the way. And if for some reason, let's say you're in business and you're resentful to an employee, or infatuated with an employee, or infatuated with some idea, or resentful to things that have happened, anytime you get into a highly emotive state, those will occupy space and time in your mind and distract you from your primary focus. It's very important to stay on priority. Every day you want to ask yourself, what is the highest priority action I can do today that can help me fulfill what is most meaningful to me? You need to know what your values are. You need to know what clearly is your objective. And then you need to stay on the top priority. And if you allow yourself to be distracted on the outside, then you're going to automatically hit a plateau. The moment you go out of your executive center and then down into your amygdala and seek something that's pleasurable and try to avoid something that's painful and to get distracted by extrinsic things, you've lost your intrinsic drive. And it's the intrinsic drive that allows you to keep catalyzing ever greater growth and new expansions. The second you are on priority and you get your blood into that area of the brain, the forebrain, and where you can have foresight, you can see past the obstacles, and your mind becomes clear. That area of the brain actually has fibers that go into the visual cortex and allows you to have new associations made on how to get past obstacles. That's why strategic planning is awakened. The second you are in priority, that's awakened. But the second you go into the lower value systems, get distracted by emotions of things outside, and allow other people that you put on pedestals or people in pits to distract you, you just lost that catalyst to go to the next level. So give yourself permission to stay focused on the highest priorities. You know, I learned from Mary Kay Cosmetics, owns a big company around the world. And I asked her many years ago when I spoke to 4,500 women in her organization. I said, what advice could you give a young man who wants to go to the next level and expand throughout the world's public speaking and inspiration? And she said, every day, write down the highest priority action steps you can do that day that can help you fulfill your dreams. And don't write long goals and objectives that take weeks or months or years, just daily actions. Incremental baby steps make big dreams. You can have a big vision. I'm all for big visions, but you need to chunk them down into daily actions and not have goal overrun with overwhelming numbers, but just the highest priority ones. Got to make a distinction between just a checklist of actions and high priority actions that give results. The 20% that gives you 80% results, as Joseph Duran said with the Pareto principle. And if you get down to the highest priority actions and stick to the highest priority of the highest priority, you'll keep catalyzing further growth and keep breaking through plateaus. And you will blow your mind and amazing it. I've said for many years that time times intensity gives result. The more time you spend on highest priority things, the more results you get. But if you intensely focus and get to the highest priorities, you get the most bang for the buck and the most accomplished in the least amount of effort. If you don't fill your day with high priority actions that inspire you, it fills up with low priority distractions that don't. When you get the distractions, you just lost your focus and your momentum building capacity to go past blocks and obstacles, and you don't go to the next level. And when I tell people, they come to me and they say, well, I'm stuck. I've been plateaued for 3 years, stuck in this position or whatever, can't seem to get past it. And I ask them what their vision is. They can't see it. They got too many distractions going on in their mind and they're not clear on what that focus is. They're not in their executive center. And I sit down, we'd write down everything that they're doing in a day. We list them all out. And then we look at which ones are most productive, that give the results, build the most momentum. And instead of majoring in minors and minoring in majors, we get down to majoring in majors and minoring in minors and delegating the rest. The second they do, that executive center comes online and they see a new pathway and they get clear on the details of their vision and they immediately break through their plateaus. They go pang. So we automatically hold ourselves back if we don't prioritize our life on a daily basis. Now, it's not just prioritizing our actions. It's prioritizing energy we expend. It's prioritizing where we put our money. It's prioritizing how we fill our space. Everything needs to be organized in our space. space, time, energy, matter, all to be prioritized. I used to in my practice when I was wanting to go to the next levels, I prioritized what I said. I literally video recorded everything I said to everybody that was in the office. And I looked at what I was saying and which one was working and not working. We prioritized what we said. We prioritized what we did. Prioritization is one of the most powerful tools on going to the next level. So I just wanted to share that little insight with you and know that your executive center is trying to take you to great leadership and to take you on to do something of great achievement. And you won't get that active doing low priority things. Every time you do low priority things, you lower your self-worth, distract yourself, disempower yourself. And every time you do the highest ones, you wake up your leader. So prioritize your life. You'll break through plateaus. You'll do more extraordinary things. You'll build momentum. And if you stay focused on that, that momentum will build unstoppable outcomes. So just want to share those ideas with you because I know that everyone wants to go to the next level.